Hello. So good to see you here. I'm Allison Kinnear, and I'm tuning in a little bit early today because life is very lifey for me these days. Hello. I want to give you a couple of updates so that you could kind of hear what's going on in the background. And I'd also like to share some of the things that myself because there's a lot in motion. So, first of all, something to know last week, my husband drove our stuff all the way from the East Coast or the West Coast all the way to the East Coast. So, right now, in this moment, all of our stuff and all of our immediate family are here in Bangor, Maine. So, yay for that. It was a bit it's interesting to feel how energetically stretched you can feel when all of your things or almost all of your things are in one location and you are in another. Um, but we are still in our short-term rental. We are a few weeks away from closing, hopefully, on our new house. And then that whole shift will be coming. So, right now, we're kind of in this limbo state. And I feel like we're in this limbo state, not just very specifically, personally as a family, but we're also in this limbo state when it comes to the pandemic, right? Like, we're we're vaccines are rolling out, life is kind of coming back, but it's not quite there yet. And I don't know about you, but this to me is like the most challenging of times. It's almost like I used to live in Germany and I would fly from Germany to California and it was a 12-hour flight. And the first 6 to 8 hours, I was like, I've got this. This is going to be great. And the final 4 hours were painful and hard and like, oh my gosh, are we ever going to get there? And that last hour was exciting, but oh my gosh, there's still a whole other hour. It's painful. And so that's where I feel like I'm at the 1 to 2 hour mark, right? Like it's been a long time coming. When I think about it, it's been 6 months of being not quite settled yet. And so the things that I'm doing to help myself be settled, I am asking for help more than I ever have. I am leaning on personal and professional support to make sure that I am clear about what I need because my mind will tell me, keep going, keep pushing, keep doing, keep going. Nope, you're the only one who can do this. And the reality is that's not always true. There are things that can be done. There's things that can be delegated. There are things that can be done to help mitigate all of the things on the to-do list. And so one of the things I did last week was I didn't come to my living and learning. And the reason why was because I was enrolling the children in school. My husband was on his trek. I was getting a driver's license, all of the things that you do when you move to a new place. So the other thing that I've been doing is one of the things I did. If any of you want to send me an email at Allie@voiceofherown.com, you will note that there is an out of office email that says delayed response. I bought myself a little bit of time that said, your email is super important to me. And I also have a lot on my plate right now. So if it's urgent, please tell me. I really want to hear that. I'm still showing up to all of my obligations that I have, but when it comes to doing extra, when it comes to doing a little bit more than the basics, I'm needing a little time because there's a lot happening both um, logistically as well as emotionally for not only myself but my kids. And there's a lot just kind of stirring, right? And so sometimes when life gets super lifey, we have to buy ourselves a little bit of time. And so thinking about ways to delegate, things about ways to ask for help, thinking about ways to give yourself a little bit more space and breathing room. I know I've walked through sending these delayed out of office emails with some of my clients because their days are so back to back with meetings that they need a little auto reply that says, I will get back to you, but just I'll get back to you in this amount of time, right? So, um, The other thing that I need to let you know is that my kids will be going back to school next week. And the reason why that's important and relevant here is that the time in which I am going to be recording these videos will need to change because right now I'm recording them at 3 o'clock Eastern time, and that is precisely the time I need to be picking up my kids. So I'm going back to thinking about what makes sense for you, what makes sense for me. And the good news is these videos are always there to be watching on the replay. So um, I will likely be adjusting to an earlier time so that I can record these videos while my kids are at school, and I won't have to be doing the juggle of recording and then dropping everything and running off. Um, so that is some of the stuff that's going on. In addition, I am doing some big planning. I really want, because this year has been filled with so much upheaval for me personally, as well as in the world, I really want to look at what's next. I did this in January when it came to the new calendar year, but sometimes next chapters, next books, they don't start neatly on the calendar year. So I'm going to be looking at that for this summer and springtime, late spring, early summer, and looking at what's next. So what I would love from you is that if there are topics that you want to hear me speak about, if there are things that you think could benefit you in your life, drop it in the comment section, or if it feels more private, you can send me a private message, or you can check out my really cool delayed response email and send it to me at Allie@voiceofherown.com, and I'll put that in the comments if you want to send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. It's important to me that the content that I create is meaningful to you, and so if there's ever anything that's on your mind that you would love to hear a little bit more about, I'd love to hear that. I wish you a full week of just beauty and ease and grace. And if you're feeling a little stretched, remember there's always people out there who want to help you. You just have to be courageous enough to ask for it and to receive it. And if you need a little breathing room and a little space in your life, then that is something that is more than okay to ask for as well. And if you need help, you know where to find me. All right, take care. Have a wonderful week.